Hey everyone, so this week we're going to be pouring that giant conference table that I gave everyone a sneak peek of last week. It's a big 16-foot slab of clear walnut. I just kind of lifted the blanket to show it to you last time. But now we've got the two slabs in the mold in our pour room behind me. Some of you might be sad it's cut in half just because it's going to be way easier logistically to move these in two pieces. But I'll take you inside the pour room here, show you what we're working on, and then we're going to tint all the resin solid black and do this pour here. Our clients wanted a solid black resin, so we're actually just using the Epoxy black dye. It works really good. And to get solid black, I usually just put a whole bunch in and then add more if needed, but I'm not counting. It's a lot of resin, eh?
You can start to see it?
Yeah, I think it's good then. All right, 3, 2, 1, pour.
Yeah, there's actually no wood in this one. It's just epoxy.
That it for this one?
No, there's one more.
One more bucket? It's the next day now after we did that big 270 liter pour. We thought it was going to be like 250 or 255, sorry, but we ended up putting one more bucket in. Since it's solid black, there's really nothing to see. It's just solid black resin in here. But I will show you the temperature we're at. So right now we're at about 27 degrees, as you can see, just over that. That's basically the perfect temperature for a pour this size. We try and keep it under 30 degrees, so between that 20 and 30 degree mark, and that just is going to prevent it from overheating and cracking. So this is one half of the table, and then over here we have our second half of the table. We'll check the temperature on this. Let's see. Yeah, so it's even lower there. It's like 22, so that's 22, 23. That's perfect. So these will cure for a few more days. You'll see us demold these next week. But right now, Ben's gonna go put the first coat on this live edge river table that also has solid black resin. Then last week you saw Ben do the first coat of finish on this. So since then he's got some coats on the bottom and he's got, I think, the second coat on the top here. So for the on walnut, especially for the first coat, we always use the extra thin from Osmo, and then it's for the second and third coat that we'll use the Pollux, just because it's going to give a little bit more of a build and more protection than just the extra thin wood. This is Bastogne walnut again, and we'll show you the dining table for this downstairs, and it's got our smoky gray resin with it, and you can kind of see on this one too, the leg recess is here. This is where the base is going to get mounted, right from underneath. Yeah, this is where the legs are going to get mounted, so we'll have the solid steel legs on here, and probably in next week's video, you'll probably get to see these ones all finished up. All these tables basically here you're going to get to see finished up because we're trying to meet some deadlines for Thanksgiving for a lot of our US clients. But now I'm going to take you downstairs and show you the dining table and this other table we have going to New York. Right now, Dennis and Spencer just working on putting the leg pockets in this table. They're not just cutting holes in the table for no reason. This is actually the bottom. We've got this template that they made here, and this is just a little bit bigger than the top plate for our legs that we have. It's about 6 millimeters this way, and I think it's 4 millimeters this way in total bigger. So it's going to be 3 millimeters on each side for width, 2 millimeters each side for the length of it. And the reason that is because the wood's going to expand and contract, so you don't want to make it the same size. The threaded inserts will get mounted into the wood so you don't see them. Obviously we don't want to put our inserts into the resin here because that will be seen. Any chips or anything like this will probably either fill or just sand out, so those aren't to worry about. This one's almost got its pockets done, and then over here is the table for JB. This is JB's dining table here. Originally we said that we were going to be down in California within like a couple of weeks here delivering this to him, but we're not going to be delivering them until New Year's now, so there's not as much of a rush for them, so it might be a little bit longer until these ones are finished, but we're still going to be going down for New Year's to deliver these. This is the underside as well, so that's where the two leg pockets are, but you can still see the really nice grade in the Bastogne walnut here, and it is even nicer on the other side. So we'll probably next week you'll see us start doing the finishing coats on the top of this one. Then right here, this is a like 13-foot slab of Claro walnut. This actually came from Gobi Walnut, so that's another supplier of ours. They are down in Portland, Oregon, and they specialize as well in salvaging, any trees that are sick or have to come down due to safety reasons, or even if they've come down in a storm. So it's all salvage material. This particular slab is going to get used for a dining room package we have coming up. So this half of the slab here, this is going to be the dining table. We're going to rip it down the middle and do a river table with this. And then down here, this is actually going to be used for the bench. So same thing, we're going to rip it down the middle, flip the edges in, and make a river table. But something else exciting that's coming up soon, we actually have a job with Marriott Hotels down in Portland, and for that project they want to make sure that all of the wood is locally sourced from the Portland area. And we just so happen to have Gobi down there as a supplier for us. So in about 2-3 weeks here, we're going to be flying down to Gobi Walnut, meeting with the Marriott, selecting all the wood for this project, and we'll be filming the whole thing to show you guys that. It's Friday now, it's the end of the week. Here's those slabs that I was showing you yesterday, the big slab. This is the one from Gobi Walnut. We've got it cut up into the pieces the way it's going to be used. So this is the dining table. Too bad it's not in the way it's going to get laid out, but I can show you these slabs here for the bench. The way that it's going to be, I believe this one will go down like this and rotate it. So you can see. And that'll go there for the bench. And like I said, this all comes from the same slab, so it's going to be matching. We'll go transparent gray resin. But we're going to put this one on hold for a little bit because we have a really tight deadline coming up actually with this conference table that we just poured this week. That was the 270 liter pour. We got to have it done by the end of the month, so we're going to be working full force on that all next week, and that's probably going to be the main focus next week. So I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. There's a lot of new subscribers as well right now, so I just want to say hey to everyone. We appreciate all the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next week.